Hi everyone, it's me, Krylios, Team Racing Productions MC and producer, and happy to be here once again. And right now, the guest joining me is Sydelle Moore, who is a candidate for the ANC 5D05 district here in the District of Columbia. Welcome, Sydelle Moore.
Great to be with you. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's such a pleasure to have you here. And Sydelle, I'll begin with, give me a little bit about your background and why you decided to run this year.
Primarily from a professional perspective, I've been a journalist and I've been a project manager for about the past 15 years or so. And so I've had a lot of professional experience dealing with government agencies and the public and all kinds of people, across the district, which I've really enjoyed. I really enjoy being around people,
Mhm.
engaging with them. And so running for ANC was kind of a natural fit for me. Um, and so once I came to a community meeting, I was really disappointed by some of the behavior. I think, folks are pretty well aware of ANC 5D and some of the reputation there, where a shouting match turns into a shoving match.
Oh, wow.
Meetings.
Oh, wow.
That's not an exaggeration. Uh,
Oh, wow. That is certainly not cute.
and so many of my residents are such nice people.
Yeah.
I really have neighbors you could not pay to get neighbors like the neighbors that I have. And to see such a contrast between the great behavior of my neighbors out in the community, everyone speaks, they say hello. I've had, when I first moved into my house, neighbors offered me a cup of sugar anytime I was baking.
Oh, wow. Very neighborly. Very neighborly.
Tremendously. I never miss a package.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Well, tell me, for those who don't know, tell me what neighborhoods the District 505 covers.
So 5DO5 includes the Heckinger Mall area and then that Benning Road area right up to the golf course and the Arboretum.
Ah, I see, I see, I see. So you have been the ANC before, and you are running for re-election. Tell me, how was that your first term? Tell me how was that for you? How was that for you?
It was exactly what I expected it to be. And so I know a lot of people are often shocked by how ANCs work, and I had
Yeah.
been the Civic Association president previously. And so moving into the ANC role was a really sensible switch for me. I already knew a lot of the issues in the community and had already been working on those issues. And so
Mm-hmm.
it was just doing the same work that I did in the community, but with more authority and more say so. And so I really was ready to hit the ground running and liked having
Yeah.
to actually get some things done. So this is
Yeah, and that's
my
super
first.
important. Yeah. Definitely, definitely. So tell me, this go around, what are the issues that you've, identified that you would love to tackle if reelected to, this ANCC?
I think I'm going to continue to tackle the same issues we've been working on. You don't get into issues with violent crime, with consistent litter and vacant property challenges overnight, and you don't get out of them overnight. And so I've been ANC for about a year and a half. Even though it's already election season, our terms are very short. They're only 2 years.
Hmm.
So you spend the first part of your term, especially in a community like mine, just trying to get basic professional standards in place. Because I think in previous years, the commission had spent so much time arguing with each other that nothing really got filed, no paperwork for the speed bumps went in. So you spend a lot of time doing that. And now you finally start to see some of that work coming to fruition. And so
Oh,
I want to keep pushing that ball in the same direction.
I see, and that's super duper important. Tell me something. with the pandemic going on and with everything going on this year, has that changed your priorities? Have your did you have to adapt your campaign to this new way of life? Tell me about how all of this has affected, because I mean you are the ANC representative right now, and so tell me how it's affected that actually being the ANC rep, and then how it's affected campaigning for re-election.
So I think it has impacted the level of service that we're getting in our community, and really for obvious reasons. If DPW has trash collectors who are out sick because of the virus and everything that's going on, you're really having to do a lot more work to see the same level of service. And so there have been some challenges unique to the situation with COVID, having police officers out, having all kinds of just services that you rely on in your community, having those first responders on a variety of issues get sick is a challenge, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I'll say in terms of campaigning, it really has changed the way that I've campaigned this year. I'm very big on knocking on doors even when it's not election season. And so I've had to be a little bit more wary about that. A lot of my neighbors are seniors, and I don't want to be in the situation where I'm the person who's spreading COVID to
Yeah.
people and putting their health at risk. And so I've really relied a lot more on phone calls, on Facebook ads, just leaving flyers on people's doors. So it's not the level of a personal touch I typically like, but still working really hard to make sure people are aware of the issues.
And that is so important. I'll tell our viewers about how important it is to vote, especially locally and this year of all years, because to me it's a very pivotal year. So tell our viewers a little bit about that.
It's hugely important. I think for a lot of residents, especially with these small, low name recognition races like ANC, there can be a tendency to think, well, why does it matter? Why is it even important? Everyone knows what's at stake with the presidential race.
Yeah.
But for us on a community level, the basic services that you rely on every day are deeply impacted by the people that you elect in these hyperlocal elections, whether it's the ANC, whether it's the council seats, a lot of the things from your taxes, from your trash cleanup, from what kind of police service you get, whether you have access to mental health services and healthcare. These things are all really impacted. Bus service by ANCs and by council members. And so I hope people will think about all the things you touch in a day and how important it is to have someone who's also living that same experience to be in those meetings where the decisions are made about whether Pepco can do a rate increase.
I love that. So tell me something. At this point, I want you to basically talk to your, neighbors, your community members, and, tell them why you, Sydelle, are the choice to be, re-elected for this specific position. And what you bring to the table, what you have brought to the table, what you will continue to bring to the table, and what you will newly bring to the table.
As my friend always likes to joke, sometimes you have to be the table.
There we go.
And so we had no table before. So now at least we have a table. And so what I want to see going forward is much more focus on getting our community additional resources around pushing back against violent crime. I'm a member of the ONE's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement Task Force. And we've been working on trying to develop a lot of resources that our community can use and that hopefully can be a model to other communities about how to push back on violent crime. We've seen some major setbacks during COVID, but we've also made a lot of progress around key issues like violent crime, around improving trash collection, around improving just basic infrastructure like sidewalks, getting new alleys, getting speed bumps placed, getting MPD cameras in high crime locations. And so it takes time to do those things. And we definitely have room to improve, to continue to improve as a community. But I'm ready to continue to do the work to make sure that that vision comes to fruition.
Wonderful, wonderful. And that is so important. Now, for viewers out there who would love to support your campaign and who would also like to follow you, keep up with you, and all of that, how can they go about doing that?
So you can visit my website at SidelleForANC.com. I also have a Twitter handle, Sydelle Bell, as in Southern Belle, not cowbell, and a Facebook page, Sydelle for ANC as well. And there's plenty of information there about how you can donate, how you can volunteer on election day to share information with your neighbors. And really just find other ways to be proactive on issues in the community as well, because it's not just a campaign for me, it's really a campaign for improving our community.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Sydelle, for joining us today. And thank you for, doing what you've been doing for the community and running for re-election. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Of course, it's been a pleasure. And to our viewers, you can find Sydelle's website right there in the description below, and make sure that you are registered to vote. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, everyone.